Star Wars Episode 9 is going through its principal photography phase as we get closer to the end of filming by February of 2019. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one of the biggest questions, of course, going into the final Skywalker Saga film is exactly how will J.J. Abrams be able to tie everything together and to wrap up the entire sequel trilogy. Now, that is one thing that a lot of people are crossing their fingers about right now is, of course, J.J. Abrams knocking this movie out of the park in a film that will most certainly stand on its own apart from the past two movies, that, of course, being The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Now, these past couple of weeks, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, all thanks to MakingStarWars.net, which, by the way, you guys can go ahead and view the full story below in the description and in the comments. Go ahead and check it out. If you guys would like to go ahead and check out the leaked photographs, they will be linked down below. I deeply do apologize. I'm just being cautious about inserting them into this video. However, what's really interesting about these leaked photographs for Episode 9 has all to do with the construction of a new castle of some sorts in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, this could honestly have something to do with the jungle planet that we have been hearing about for so very long now, in which, of course, this will involve some of the major characters like Rey, Maz Kanata, Poe Dameron, Finn, you name it. Now, with that being said, we're not quite sure what this structure really is at heart. We do know that Episode 9 is going for the more medieval tone, you know, the more medieval kind of feel for a movie. So it's very possible that this is going to be a castle that belongs to either Maz Kanata once again, or maybe even one of the new characters in this film. This could also be a castle that belongs to the clan that we are going to be introduced to in Episode 9, between, of course, Naomi Ackie's character, which, by the way, she's rumored to be Lando Calrissian's daughter, Vera Calrissian, and we also have, of course, Dominic Monaghan, who's going to be working with Naomi Ackie for a scene. So he's actually worked with her, and this could very well be a separate scene of that grassy world that we saw where they were filming over in the Scottish Highlands not too long ago. Now, additionally, what MakingStarWars.net had to say was something very interesting when it comes to a new creature design. And this is an 8 to 10 foot long purple/green turtle with tons of spikes on its shell. It's like something that comes out of the never-ending story. Now, that's what Making Star Wars had to describe about this new creature coming into play for Episode 9. It is a very big puppet, it's a large set piece, it's a big practical effect, and honestly, I love practical effects. It's what really makes Star Wars Star Wars. And if you look at The Force Awakens, you can see that J.J. Abrams loves the use of practical effects. And so does, like all the other creators, like Ron Howard and whatnot. So all these Star Wars films, all the new films, are really embracing the idea of practical effects. And honestly, I love that because it gives you that original trilogy feel. The more practical effects, the better, in my opinion. So this creature design, we're not quite sure where this actually belongs. It's heavily said that this could very well take place on the Swamp Planet in Episode 9. And apparently, yes, there is a Swamp Planet coming into play here for the final installment of the sequel trilogy. So what's really intriguing to me about all of this is that we are getting another swamp planet in Episode 9. Is this supposed to be a parallel to that of the planet Dagobah, or something around those lines from the original trilogy? Or is this swamp world going to be something that truly stands on its own and is actually going to be different than what we have ever seen before in the Star Wars franchise? Now, the thing here is this. We do know that J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, they are trying their very hardest to deliver us a big and new experience to the sequel trilogy. And that's honestly one thing that a lot of people are very excited about, is how this film is going to tie into the prequels. It's going to hold a lot of prequel trilogy continuity, as well as original trilogy stuff and EU and Legends material. So I'll give J.J. Abrams that. That's a great start. Now, it's all about storytelling, right? It's all about how this film is actually written. And I'm really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, that they actually wrote this film pretty well, and they're actually going to direct it pretty well. So I think it's really all on JJ right now. He's got a lot on his shoulders. Everything is on him. Coming out of The Last Jedi, by writer and director Rian Johnson, to me, in my opinion, to a lot of fans who are very upset with The Last Jedi, I think that, you know, we're at the lowest point right now for the Star Wars community. I know a lot of people are very upset, where I think there's no way to really go but up at this point, because there's nothing really at stake here, other than, of course, killing Lando Calrissian and or Leia, that may actually anger a lot of fans around the world. We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about those leaked images. Like I say, they are linked below in the description and in the comments. You can see a new castle-like structure being developed. I believe it's over at Pinewood or Cardington. It's a very interesting set piece, I gotta say, and I think it is associated with Maz Kanata and her crew. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.